I had Marilyn. I gave you his plan and my papers.
No, that's across the street. It's improving the situation. Okay. Okay, so what they want to do is. Yeah, isn't that it's like. Railroad Street? Is that Railroad Street? It's not really, it's not really. Where the trucks are loaded.
Maybe. Is it, no, it's down,
There's on something, there's a very good wind, that's what I walked in, the guy said, I don't do. Because when I drove down, there's a sign that says. This is more assets on railroad. And the whole thing is fenced in, and it's all, the fence is all. Closed. This side, this is not fenced in, it's outside at all. Maybe we're talking about two. Huh? I think you're talking about. Yeah, this is. Right here. What's that? Here, like, you heard, they're office, like, there's packing or something, right there. Wow. And right there, the little office building, and then this is just like a big long conveyor thing, and then like park on both sides for this. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's my Adrian. Yeah, I think it is. And then these, right now, they got, these are like temporary storage here. Yeah. And then they got like a little generator thing and here. Okay. So they wanted to get those out of there, ready to go in house, and then go this way. And then by doing this way, they encroach on the. No, they encroach on the 50 feet. So currently the conveyor goes very close to the. Yeah, see, but there will be this more of the same, but these temporary ones can all further right now. They can grow in here. You know, the probably like over here. So they're gonna cut back on those and then go this way. They're still going to be. I take the camera over face this way. I just said, Mr. Minister, if you're making notes of your traffic people, walking the old shaft tonight, the walk, don't walk sign on the southwest corner of Maumee and Winter, they both face this way. You walk, don't walk. Greg doesn't need that. Do they actually monitor that? West corner, facing toward Winter Street, so you see Like walking, you see the red hands and don't walk. I think that's what I reported. I think it just got twisted and turned somehow.
Hey, Kyle, can you hear me?
Yes, sure can. Can you hear me?
Yep, just wanted to check.
Okay, great.
So there's an issue with the camera within, so won't be able to see.
Okay.
in it, But they can hear you and the meeting hasn't started. I just wanted to tell you, let you know.
Okay, great. I heard a little bit of chatter on the project and didn't know. I was trying to listen if there are any questions yet, but yeah, we'll wait for it to start.
Yeah. Okay, we are calling to order the what are we, March meeting of the ZBA. We need roll call.
Yes. Berg. Koleski.
Here.
Jacobitz.
Yeah.
Schreier.
Yes.
Berthold.
Yes, here.
All members are present except for Commissioner Beely.
Okay,
Board Member Beely.
we have in our packet the minutes from our last meeting. Everybody have a chance to look them over. And if you're good with them, I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the January minutes.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, minutes are passed. Am I to assume our online person is our petitioner? Okay. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Can you very briefly, we have a lot of information in front of us, but excuse me, can't even talk here. Can you just kind of summarize a little bit what we're looking at and what you're asking for?
Yeah, no problem. Are you guys currently looking at sheet C200, the site plan by chance?
We have a couple different sheets of that. We have the existing one and the proposed one.
I've got C200.
Okay, great. So all of the improvements for the proposed project for the existing UPS distribution facility will be happening at the north end of the site. Currently, there is an existing large permanent structure that won't be touched, and I apologize, the new building addition will actually connect to it, but the existing permanent structure currently has an existing modular building connecting to it already that extends pretty far in out to the north property line. And they want to take that one out and they want to propose a new MDC unit addition, which is a mobile distribution center for them. They want to replace it with more of an L-shaped configuration. One, so they have more maneuverability for trucks just north of the new addition, more parking. This provides more delivery areas for the additional employees that'll be added. So just helps with logistics for UPS. And then the building addition there's a 50-foot setback, so it'll encroach in that setback by approximately 3 feet. So we're going with kind of a 5-foot variance, asking for a 5-foot variance to cover that 3 feet and for the additional little overhang that they might have. So that's essentially the project. There's some additional pavement being added at the north end with a wall to account for the grade. So yeah, that's the extent of the project.
Okay, I'm sorry, I should have asked you, since we're recording all this, could you please your name and
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that.
representing?
Yeah, my name's Kyle Blank, representing Civil and Environmental Consultants. I'm with Civil Environmental Consultants, the civil engineer on the project. We're representing UPS, who currently owns the property, and also Genesis Designs, my client, the architect. So,
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, questions? quiet group here. I do have one question.
Yeah, sure.
Is it possible, or would it be possible, or why would it not be possible to shorten the leg that's going north by maybe like one unit or two, whatever there, and maybe extend the one that's going east and west longer, and that way you would not encroach into the setback?
Sure, I can explain that. So the dock doors, essentially they kind of have a set width that they have to be. And this building configuration works out with, as far as, truck turn, semi-truck turn movement north of the site, as well as getting around that right side, and then back to the left. If we extended the north end out more, it would shrink in our drive aisle.
No, not extend the north out more, shorten the north.
And extend it to the.
Extend it to the.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, they they want to have it set as far as like this layout, because they have. It gives you a wider turn radii if they have that dual semi truck that they kind of pull around on that east side of the site, and that's able to, bring those trucks around more easy. And they have this MDC unit. I think they already have it manufactured, actually. So, but they did weigh that option. And it just works out with the dual semi truck. Helps from that aspect.
Yeah, just was curious was all.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the question.
Do we have any phone calls or anything in writing from anybody?
No, we did not.
And I don't see anybody else online. So commissioners, it's to us to look down through our finding of fact, unless you have some questions for the petitioner. We have a number of finding of fact that we have to look at before we can consider granting a variance. And I know you've had a copy of these sent to you, because I think I saw responses to a number of these items. We'll work our way down through here, and commissioners, feel free to jump in if you have something to say or can offer some guidance on this. Number one, there are practical difficulties or unnecessary hardships would prevent carrying out the strict letter of this ordinance. These hardships or difficulties shall not be deemed economic, but should be evaluated in terms of the use of a parcel of land. We can see here that says, I'm reading from a paper now, that the applicant is argues the new proposed building will speed up loading trucks. Therefore, it would not be would be particular to the use of the property, which is what it's doing now. We do have a question here, though. It says staff is not equipped to know if the size of the building is the size necessary to accomplish this.
Well, you kind of addressed that
Yeah.
to your question, I think,
Yeah.
Mike, yeah.
If there's no objection, I will find yes for item one. Number two, the genuine hardship exists because of unique circumstances or physical conditions, such as narrowness, shallowness, shape, or topography of the property involved, or to the intended use of the property that did not generally apply to other property uses in the same zoning district and shall not be recurrent in nature.
One could suggest that the existing, the building already exists, the main building already exists. And in terms of added functionality, the variance is required to improve the functionality of the existing building.
I think it's worth noting also that they're decreasing the amount of an encroachment, albeit causing there to be more of a minor encroachment, but it's very minor and it generally improves the conformance of the site.
Because currently they encroach farther into the 50-foot setback, correct?
Correct.
Fine, yes for number 2. Number 3, that the hardship or special conditions or circumstances do not result from actions of the applicant. This is always a hard one to look at.
It's the it's the existing building. Yeah, you're right. It's hard to justify it. But as Mr. Elliott pointed out, there's something to be gained from permitting the variance as well. And so there's some trade-offs there.
Anybody objecting to yes for number 3? Okay. Number 4, that the variance will be in harmony with general purpose and intent of this ordinance and will not cause a substantial adverse effect upon surrounding property values, the use and enjoyment of the property in the neighborhood or district. It's already surrounded by industrial parcels, and I can't see where the ditch and the railroad tracks are going to have any objection to or have anything to do with their decreased property value. So I will find yes for number 4. Number 5, that granting the variance would not confer on the applicant any special privileges that's denied by this ordinance or other lands, structures, or buildings in the same district. Once again, anybody in this district can certainly apply for a variance, and if their property is so identified, would be granted the same type of variance under the same situation. So I would find yes for number 5. Number 6, that the variance requested is the minimum amount necessary to overcome inequality inherent to a particular property or mitigate the hardship. Once again, this is certainly a very small variance that we're looking at. I would find yes for number 6. And number 7, that the variance shall not permit the establishment within a district of any use which is not permitted by right within the zone district, or any use by which a special use permit or temporary use permit is required. This is not a request for a use variance, so that doesn't apply. So I'll say yes for number 7. Based on the findings, we can look at and decide if we grant the variance. So,
Mr. Chairperson, based on the findings of fact, I would move for approval of the variance and adoption of the resolution that staff has provided.
do we have support on that? We have a motion, we have support. Do we have any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, call for a roll call vote, please.
Yep. Strayer,
Yes.
Koleski,
Yes.
Berg,
Yes.
Berthold,
Yes,
Jacobitz.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously.
you have your variance. Build away.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you all.
That was the only item of new business. Is there any old business anybody can think of?
Normally in March, we elect officers.
Yes. I will do that in April since the planning commission did not
Oh, okay.
attend.
Okay.
So I guess
okay,
that slipped my mind, but
Okay.
All right, so we'll move that to next month. Anything else from anybody? Jeremiah, Greg, anything? Okay,
No,
if
sir.
not, we will adjourn the meeting. Thank you. The camera doesn't work in the diet.
Frank, have you seen or heard or read the new book called Arbitrary Lines?